Today's video is brought to you by Oxido LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxido LED lighting, and here is some after Oxido LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxido LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. In today's episode, we are going to be diving deep into the world of electric vehicles, otherwise known as EV. But before we get too far into today's video, you guys know the routine. Please go ahead and hit that subscription button, the notification bell, leave a comment, a thumbs up, all that stuff. It's super helpful and it's very greatly appreciated. Now, let's get on into today's video. What do you say? EV, electric vehicles, they're everywhere. And if you're on the fence of deciding on whether to purchase one or not, maybe this video will help sway you one way or another. Now, I have no particular love or hatred for EVs. I don't own one personally. I don't have anything against them, so this is a pretty non-biased video, and it's just kind of, basically it's an article that I found, and I'm just gonna go over kind of some of those things and touch on a few. So basically this video is just to help give you a better understanding of the EV world, and if it's something that might suit your family and fit your particular needs. So let's get plugged in and get going. First things first, what exactly is an electric vehicle? Well, an electric vehicle is a type of automobile that uses one or more electric motors powered by rechargeable batteries to propel the vehicle forward. Unlike conventional gasoline cars that rely on internal combustion engines, EVs run on electricity, producing zero tailpipe emissions. So how do these electric wonders work? Let's break it down right here. Number one, battery pack. The heart of the EV is its battery pack, which stores electrical energy. These batteries are usually made of lithium-ion cells that are capable of holding a substantial amount of charge. Number two, electric motors. When you press the accelerator pedal, electricity from the battery flows to the electric motor, which converts this electrical energy into mechanical energy, propelling the vehicle's wheels. Regenerative braking. Here's a nifty feature, regenerative braking. When you hit the brakes, the electric motor switches into reverse mode, acting as a generator to convert some of the kinetic energy back into electricity, recharging the battery in that process. Now that we know how EVs work, let's explore the positive aspects of these vehicles. Number one, environmental benefits. One of the most significant advantages of EVs is their positive impact on the environment. As they don't burn fossil fuels, they produce zero tailpipe emissions, contributing to cleaner air and reduced greenhouse gas emissions. This directly helps combat air pollution, smog, and climate change. Number two, energy efficiency. Electric vehicles are more energy efficient than traditional gas-powered cars. They convert a higher percentage of the electrical energy from the battery to power the wheels, making them more overall efficient. This leads to reduced energy consumption and less strain on natural resources. Number three, renewable energy integration. EVs can be charged using electricity from renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. This synergy between clean energy generation and electric transportation further enhances the environmental benefits of EVs. Low operating costs. Electric vehicles have fewer moving parts compared to conventional cars, resulting in lower maintenance costs over time. Moreover, electricity is often cheaper than gasoline, leading to reduced fuel expenses for EV owners. Number five, noise reduction. Electric motors produce less noise and vibration, providing a quieter and smoother driving experience. This not only reduces noise population, but also enhances the overall comfort and enjoyment of driving. Home charging convenience. With home charging stations, you can conveniently charge your EV overnight and wake up to a fully charged vehicle. This eliminates the need to visit gas stations regularly, saving time and adding convenience to your daily routine. And of course, like any other technology, EV vehicles do have some negative drawbacks, and here's a few of those. Number 1, limited range. The common concern is the limited range of some EVs. Although range has improved significantly in recent years, some models may not be suitable for long-distance travel. This can cause range anxiety for some drivers who fear running out of charge during long trips. Charging infrastructure. The availability of public charging stations can vary by location, and charging times may be longer than filling up a gas tank. While urban areas usually have adequate charging infrastructure, rural regions may have fewer options. Number 3, upfront cost. Electric vehicles generally have a higher upfront cost compared to traditional cars, primarily due to the expensive battery technology. However, it's essential to consider the potential long-term savings on fuel and maintenance. Number 4, battery life and recycling. Battery longevity and the environmental impact of battery disposal or recycling are areas that need ongoing research and improvement. While lithium-ion batteries are recyclable, their recycling processes are not yet as widespread as they should be. Manufacturing environmental impact. The production of electronic vehicles and their batteries require raw materials, energy, and manufacturing processes that have environmental impacts. However, advancements are being made to improve the sustainability of EV manufacturing. Number 6, grid strain. Widespread adoption of electronic vehicles may put stress on the electrical grid, especially during peak charging times. However, smart charging and vehicle-to-grid technology are being explored to manage grid demand more efficiently. Number 7, heavy metals in batteries. Lithium-ion batteries contain minerals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, which are finite resources and can have negative environmental impacts during extraction and processing. The industry is actively seeking alternatives and recycling solutions to minimize these impacts. Now let's look into the environmental impacts of these batteries, both positive and negative. Positive environmental impact. Reduced greenhouse gas emissions. The primary advantage of EVs is their ability to significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions, helping combat climate change and its associated environmental impact. Improved air quality. With zero tailpipe emissions, EV contributes to better air quality in urban areas, reducing smog and harmful pollutants that impact public health. Promoting renewable energy. By charging EVs with renewable energy sources, we can further reduce the carbon footprint and encourage the growth of clean energy technology. Conservation of natural resources. Lower demands for fossil fuels in transportation can lead to the conservation of non-renewable resources, preserving them for further generations. Negative environmental impacts. Battery materials. As mentioned earlier, the mining and processing of materials used in EV batteries can have environmental consequences. Improving battery recycling and exploring alternative materials are critical steps to mitigate these impacts. Charging infrastructures. The construction and maintenance of charging infrastructures can require land use and energy resources, potentially impacting local ecosystems and landscapes. Electricity generation. The environmental impact of EVs is closely tied to the energy sources used for electricity generation. In regions heavily reliant on fossil fuels, the environmental benefits of EVs may be somewhat diminished. Vehicle production. Manufacturing electronic vehicles involves various processes that consume energy and raw materials, leading to carbon emissions and other environmental impacts. Well, there you have it. an imperial view of electric vehicles, their workings, and their impact on the environment, both good and bad. As with any major decision, there are pros and cons to consider, such as charging stations, benefits to the environment, lower operating costs, lower long-term repair bills. This might not be ideal for all, but for some, it is definitely something to consider. Before you consider buying an EV vehicle, please do a little research, check your areas where you normally drive, find out how many charging stations there are, things of that nature. Just do a little research and see if it's something that will definitely benefit you and your lifestyle. So remember, whatever you choose, drive smart and drive safe. That's going to wrap things up for us here today. I hope you've enjoyed. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.